pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah. The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
All right, Boomer Live, Bet the D podcast number 8. Ready?
Are you ready?
I told you we were.
Do you want to? Yeah, but you. Are we doing this like a podcast?
Well,
it's
whatever
Bet
you
the
want
D.
to do. Yeah.
So, I'm fucking ready.
Right,
Bruins are gonna win the Stanley Cup plus 400. Start off with that. Yeah.
You're more confident than I am. I mean, that's great.
I watched every game.
I love the odds. I did too. I didn't watch all of every game, but I watched most of their games.
They haven't lost at home.
Right. And I mean, it's great.
It's the first series, but I mean,
it's the first series.
Tuukka's looking good.
Yes, he did, and he's looked better as the series progressed.
Yeah.
The first two games it was iffy,
yeah.
And then after that he did actually really good.
I think, dude, our first line is so good. Our second line is so good. Taylor Hall's
what
been a trade.
Money.
What a
David
trade.
Pasternak's been money. Marchand's been good. McAvoy's been really good. Bergeron's been okay.
No, Bergeron's been good. He's been breaking up a lot of passes.
Yeah. He's always been one of the best. He's so good,
and he's gotten a couple assists too. So
he's always been one of the best defensive centers. But for them to have the second highest odds to win the Stanley Cup, only behind the Avalanche, is tricky for me because I still like a lot of the teams out there, and it's only the first round.
I know, but they've been good all year, though.
They've been all right all year. What are they? The 6th seed in the East?
They're good, man.
Yeah. I have PTSD from the Bruins in the playoffs. But anyway.
Oh yeah, well, I still don't have faith in Rask.
Right. Me neither.
But that's besides the point. I do like their number though at plus 400 right now.
And have we seen who they're going to be facing in the next round yet? We don't even know yet, do we?
It's Islanders. Oh, Islanders, Bruins.
Oh, because the Islanders just beat the Penguins?
Yep. So, Bruins are the favorite. Minus 1.5, plus 170, minus 160 money line. Bruins minus half a point first period. I like plus 150.
Oh, God. I don't like those first periods. That comes back to bite them in the ass a lot.
There's alternative lines. Boston Bruins minus 1 plus 100. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good bet.
That's a pretty good bet.
Bruins minus 2 plus 250. Islanders are quick, but I don't think.
Well, they just put up 5 goals against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Against McFlurry.
Yeah.
McFlurry?
Oh, yeah, McFlurry. Yeah.
I like the Bruins at plus, what'd you say, 400 to win the Stanley Cup? It's not bad. Definitely worth sprinkling.
Yeah.
Over under is 5.5. I think it goes over.
Over under first period. 1.5.
Over 5.5 is plus 120. I would definitely take that.
I would say under minus 115 for first period.
First period?
Under 1.5. I don't think they're both scoring.
Nah, I would take over on that. That's tough. Yeah, I wouldn't be. Under 1.5 is pretty good. But the Bruins have scored at least 2 goals in every game. And the Islanders have scored They scored 5. I know in the first game they beat the Penguins, they had scored 4. So, I mean, they're a high-scoring team, too, which it's in Boston. It's in Boston. Boston hasn't lost at home.
Yeah.
Tuukka's looking all right. I think it'll take – oh, no, I'm wrong. I'm thinking of the Rangers because the Rangers are putting up points against the Penguins. I'm not thinking of the Islanders, so I honestly don't know how the Islanders been doing.
I don't really know either. I don't really care.
Right.
I think they're just gonna win.
So I just did a bunch of research today on the NBA, so I would love to talk some NBA odds.
Okay, one more I like tonight is the Nashville Predators plus 125 money line.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes just won, right? The Hurricanes are up 3-1.
Yeah, I just like Nashville plus 125 money line.
Am I right though? I think that's
like
right.
plus 1.5 is
Carolina's up 3-2.
Yeah, I like Nashville in Nashville.
So the Lightning advanced. Oh, it was the Islanders against the Penguins that I was thinking of. I'm right. Okay. Islanders just advanced. Maple Leafs up 3-1 against the Canadiens. Golden Knights up 3-2 against the Wild.
Best of 7 series winner for Islanders Bruins. Bruins are minus 250.
Mm-hmm.
That's big spread. Best of 7 series winner Hurricanes Predators. Predators are plus 500 right now.
And so you want to bet on them? Are you just taking it because of the points?
Plus 500 is very interesting, dude.
Yes, it is, but there's probably a reason that plus 500.
I like them tonight. I like a money line tonight.
Plus 125? Yeah, you like that? Is that worth a unit or is that worth 2 units?
A unit.
Yeah.
What's a unit?
I don't know. That's what you said to me the other day.
No, I know. What, like, how much is a unit though? Like,
we can talk about it another time.
Yeah.
All right, NBA odds. I'm ready for this. You ready for this?
Yeah, bet against the Celtics, and you'll win.
Here's some there's some interesting games tonight though, and I'm gonna start with my pick that I really think is easy, and that is the Suns plus 6.5 in Los Angeles.
I was thinking the same fucking thing.
So the Lakers took one game in Phoenix. Both games were kind of close, within single digits. The Lakers did just win game 2.
Yep.
But they're going to LA, and let's face it, LeBron is not as good as he has been this year.
He's good.
But he's come back.
Don't be a hater.
But he's been out for like 20 games, and he's only been playing for 3 or 4.
You hater, man.
And so
LeBron James is
and so best. I think I'm trying to be serious here.
I am too.
No, you're not. And so I think that the Suns are going to be able to go to the Staples Center and put a really good game forward. I don't know if they win, but listen, they're plus 230 money line. That's a big number for the Suns. The Suns are the second seed
in LA.
The Suns are the second seed in the West.
Yeah, they're not giving them respect.
They're not giving them respect. Devin Booker's been balling out.
Over under.
I'm not going to touch the over under.
Yeah, I know, but I think it's.
I would probably say
interested.
Under. I would probably say
at 211.
Yeah.
Okay.
I probably would.
Okay, I'm thinking under 2.
I wouldn't put money on it though. Another interesting one is the Bucks going to Miami -1, and I'm taking the Bucks -1 all day. I'm just taking a money line. -1 is -110. Money line is -120. So I'm taking the Bucks money line.
-120.
Because the Bucks are up 2-0 in the series already. Giannis has been killing them. Jimmy Butler hasn't been doing much. You know, they're going back to Miami, so maybe they'll have a turnaround, but I'm still confident that the Bucks are the better
3-0? You think they're going up 3-0?
Yeah, I do.
All right, and Mavericks +2.
Well, that's tomorrow, so hold on. The Nuggets Trailblazers tonight.
No, that's today.
No, it's not. It's tomorrow.
Oh, it is tomorrow.
The Nuggets Trailblazers. The Nuggets going to Portland. Nuggets are given 3.5. Plus 145 money line. I am tempted to take the Nuggets money line. because the Nuggets are the higher seed. Dame has been putting up 35 points, but so is Jokic. And the Trailblazers are a good first-round team, but that's just because Dame goes off the first game. If Dame doesn't score like 40 points, the Trailblazers aren't going to win.
Yeah.
So I like the Nuggets plus 3.5 at minus 110, definitely. But I like them. I kind of like them money line. Let's see what player props are. Jokic total points, over under 31.5. I'm going to take the over on that. Dame Lillard is over under 32.5. I would take the over on that too. I would definitely take Dame Lillard over 32.5. Definitely.
Points.
100%. 100%. That's easy. That's easy money. Going
Really?
to Portland, he's scored over 32 points in both games so far in the series in Denver. But I like the Nuggets to win the game. Definitely take plus 3.5. Might take money on. All right, so tomorrow. What are the games tomorrow? Actually, we'll run a quick ad real quick. You're watching Bet the Deed podcast, brought to you by Naked Sports and sponsored by Odyssey Group International with their new drug Prevacol, which is having research done and testing done, and it is shown to increase memory retention and other brain retention when dealing with concussions.
Absolutely.
So here's a word from our sponsor, Odyssey Group International.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
One.
1-1 so far. Damn. But plus 2,500 for the Suns to win it. That's great odds for the second seed in the West. Second seed. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayton, everybody's healthy. I don't know. So we're looking at some of the. Well, we didn't even get into the games for tomorrow, so we can get into that.
The Nets, though.
The Nets go to the Nets go to Boston tomorrow, and the Nets are minus 7.5. Celtics plus 260 going to Boston. Kyrie's gonna probably go off. Kyrie is going to go off because Kyrie's already been talking about the crowd in Boston, so he's gonna try to show out.
Because he doesn't want them to boo.
No, he doesn't want them to
No,
be racial.
racially booed. That's what he said.
No, he said. I don't know the exact quote, but that's not exactly what he said.
He does not want to be booed. Boo him.
No, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he knows he's gonna get booed, but he doesn't want them to be like.
He is.
For instance, what
hater.
we just saw with like Russell Westbrook and Trae Young, how the crowds either threw shit at him or spit on him. Kyrie doesn't want that. That's what he was talking about. You see that Trae Young got spit on by a fan?
No.
Yeah. Fan got banned from the Garden forever.
Trae Young, man.
So the Celtics are plus 260. Plus 7.5 is minus 110. I like that plus 7.5 for the Celtics. I think going back to Boston, Jason Tatum has not been a factor so far in the series. I think that Tatum has a great game, and if they don't win, they come close. So I'm going to take plus 7.5 for the Celtics.
You got to take the points in the playoffs, dude, because the games are going to be close a good percentage of the time,
Yeah,
Like the Suns. I like the Suns at plus 6.5. I think that's a good pick.
absolutely. Excuse me. And then we have the Clippers going to Dallas. And the Mavericks are 2-0 in the series. Luka Doncic has been the best player in the series. Mavericks are plus 2 and plus 115 money line. And I'm going to take the Mavs plus 2.
Yeah, I take Clippers.
You take the Clippers. You taking a minus 2, or are you taking a money line?
Money line.
It's only a 25-point swing, so money line's probably the smarter bet.
Money line.
And then you got the Knicks going to Atlanta. That series is also tied up 1-1. The Knicks won game 2. Atlanta won game 1 in New York. The Hawks are minus 180. Knicks are plus 155. And the Hawks minus 4. I would take the Hawks minus 4 at minus 110. I like those odds.
Let's see. Suns. Oh, you can buy the point too. If you buy the half a point, it's minus 120. You buy the point?
No, I don't think so.
You don't like that, huh? They always say you should. Who's they?
Later on, 2 days from now, we have the 76ers going to Washington. The 76ers are up 2-0 in that series. And the Wizards are given plus 5.5. And then you got the Jazz going to Memphis. The Jazz are minus 5. And that's a 1-1 series, but Donovan Mitchell just came back for game 2, so it looks like Jazz might honestly sweep the rest of that series. So I would not touch the 76ers Wizards game, but I think I would put minus 5 on the Jazz on the 29th. That's Saturday. All right, so let's look at the series bets. The Bucks are minus 1,100 for that series.
Yeah.
The Hawks are minus 140 for that series. And that's honestly a good number for the Hawks because I don't think the Knicks even make it to game 7. They might make game 6. They might not. So I would take the Hawks at minus 140. The Clippers to win the series. Mind you, the Clippers are down 2-0. The Clippers to win the series is plus 220.
Wow.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Plus 220.
To win the series.
Wow, you don't think the Mavs can finish out?
It's going to be... I don't know, man. I think they can, yeah. But the Clippers are like the second...
Can they stop Luka?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Patrick Beverley has been guarding him the whole series. And Luka has been making him look just small. Like you just can't guard him.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
But the Clippers at plus 220 are the best odds Kawhi Leonard will ever get. You know what I mean? Paul George has been playing good. It's not like the team's not doing great. It's just the fucking Luka's been going off.
Are the games close?
Yeah.
Plus 220? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, all our picks aren't going to win. So
No, never. So the Mavs just beat the Clippers by 6 in game 2. And then in game 1. Where's game 1? The Mavs beat them by 10.
Wow. So they're not close.
No, I guess they're not. And those were both in Los Angeles. Now they're going to Dallas.
Doesn't Dallas win? Big crowd.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But something's just telling me the Clippers are going to, like, I see this going to game 7. I see it going to game 7.
Yeah. Yeah. NBA would want that.
Yeah, they would. Absolutely. Elsewhere, Denver is plus 155.
What's the Suns?
Suns are plus 280.
And they're down 1?
Yeah. No, they're tied 1-1.
They're tied?
Yeah. Going to Los Angeles.
And they're the number 2 seed.
going to Los Angeles.
And they're plus 20.
Well, the Lakers would have been a higher seed if LeBron and Anthony Davis weren't out so much this season. Like, they would be a top 4 seed, probably. Can't really say for sure, but yeah, I like the Suns a lot. Chris Paul makes every team better. Devin Booker's been scoring 30 a game. DeAndre Ayton has become a really good center.
Mm.
They have a great team. So I like the Suns plus 280 a lot. The Nuggets plus 155 is also interesting. That series is tied 1-1. The Nuggets won game 2 in Denver, and now they go to Portland. Yeah.
Okay, so these basketball pros to win the championship. I put 100 on the Suns. Clippers are plus 1,600 right now. But I put 100 on the Suns. Plus 25. 100 on the Mavs. Mavs are plus 1,600.
Plus 1,600, yeah. They're not winning the championship, though.
No.
No way. I can't believe the Lakers are the favorites to come out of the West right now. That's so interesting because the Clippers are underperforming. The Jazz lost in game 1, but the Jazz are still up there. So honestly, to me, Jazz plus 260 to win the Western Conference is a good bet because the Jazz have a great all-around team. They were the number 1 seed in the NBA this year. And they're plus 260 to win the West. I think it'll end up being... See, I really think the Suns will beat the Lakers. And it will be Suns and Jazz in the Western Conference Finals after round 2, whatever those matchups are. So, yeah, I don't know if I can see the Suns going all the way to the finals because the Suns are plus 1,100 to win the Western Conference, which is intriguing too.
Well.
Game 2, the Lakers won by 7. Game 1, the Suns won by 9. LeBron hit another clutch 3 at the end of game 2. LeBron went 23, 9, and 4, which is not his best game. Anthony Davis went 34, 10, and 7. Yeah, AD's been going off. And Andre Drummond's putting in great minutes. 15 and 12 on 24 minutes is really good for Andre Drummond.
Who got 24? Dennis Schroeder?
Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder's been probably the best guard on the Lakers this year. But, I don't know. I like the Suns, man. Devin Booker, Chris Paul,
I'd buy the
DeAndre
half
Ayton.
a point. Imagine
Cameron
if he
Payne
lost.
went off the last game. Chris Paul only scored 6 points on 23 minutes. Did Chris Paul get hurt? Chris Paul was hurt game 2, but he's going to be back for game 3.
Yeah.
So Chris Paul only played half the game, and they lost by 7, and he only scored 6 points. Yeah, I like the Suns.
Money line.
I like the Suns plus 6.5.
Money line.
I like the Suns plus
Plus
6.5.
280.
No, I don't think
Plus
so.
230. What is it? Plus 230.
I think it's plus 280.
I like Suns plus 6.5. Predators plus 125.
There you go.
So if we get done in time, I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, that game starts at 10 o'clock. So, all right. That's a good amount for the NBA for today.
Yeah.
I think what we should do is go over what happened last week, since it's fitting for this podcast.
No.
You don't want to go over what happened last
No.
week? You don't even want to talk about it?
No.
That's why we do the show. We talk
suck.
about it.
We suck. Fuck yawn.
We lost a lot of money last week.
Fucking yawn.
We're going to take another commercial break. When we do get back, we'll talk about a little UFC odds, as we do all the time, based on our other show, which is MMA Complete, live Thursdays every 8 o'clock. So check that out. We go back to back every Thursday night. Another word from our sponsors.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
All right, and we're back. Thank you, Odyssey Group International, for our sponsorship. We can talk a little bit about UFC odds because you don't want to talk about last weekend. We had a certain parlay that we felt very good in.
Jack Hermanson,
Jack Hermanson, you're the man. I always knew you'd win.
Yeah.
I'm just upset that I didn't bet more money on you. Yan Xiaonan, not the performance we were hoping for.
No,
Nope.
got crucifixed, and it was what that girl was practicing the entire camp. Was a crucifix. So, would have been some great
Where'd you hear
information to
that?
find out.
Where'd you hear that?
She said it in her post-fight interview.
All right. So coming up this weekend, there are no UFC fights. Coming up in 2 weekends, there's a fight night between Jairzinho Rozenstruik and Augusto Sakai in the heavyweight division. That fight is closer than I would have thought because Rozenstruik is like top 6 still, or top 7. He's coming off a recent loss to Cyril Gane. But other than that, like Rozenstruik's only lost to Cyril Gane and Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
And now he's fighting Augusto Sakai, who doesn't have a weak chin, but doesn't have a great chin. And Rozenstruik has power.
And I'm not a big fan of Overeem. Like ever since USADA came in, he kind of just got
but he's still
deflated.
up there.
Yeah, he's up there.
Sakai's gonna have a cardio advantage though, because Rozenstruik he's definitely gotten more slim, but he's still pretty fat.
Yeah, minus 120 though. I like that for Rozenstruik. I think
I would take minus
very
120.
underrated. He's getting better. Yeah.
And
Walt Harris plus 145.
Numbers are. Isn't it so funny how main event numbers rarely change leading up to the fight, but co-main events and undercard fights always change?
Remember when Tanner Bozer was minus 300? He's minus 195 now.
Yeah.
Wow, people are betting against him, huh?
Mm-hmm. Smart people, I think.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about UFC 263, which is June 12th. So we haven't seen the lines move for the main event, Adesanya Vettori, July 12th. June 12th. June 12th is what I'm talking about.
Oh.
UFC 263.
Oh.
Adesanya versus Vettori, the lines have not changed. Adesanya is still minus 260. Vettori is still plus 210. The co-main event, Flyweight Championship, Figueiredo still minus 240. Moreno is still plus 200. But people are hammering Leon Edwards, and they have been for the last 2 weeks. When this fight started, Leon Edwards was plus 300.
Yep.
And Nate Diaz was Leon Edwards was minus 300. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz was plus 240. And now Nate Diaz is plus 370. And Leon Edwards is almost minus 500. I will be putting money on Nate Diaz.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely will.
Yeah, I will absolutely do that.
Let me just see right now. What is a parlay looking for Nate Diaz, Adesanya, and Davison Figueiredo? That's what I want to know right now.
It is plus 821, Zach.
Plus 821.
Adesanya Figueiredo parlay minus 105. That you bet the deed. You bet the deed on that.
What do you mean?
You bet the deed.
Do you realize what we were talking about last
No,
week?
I don't give a shit. You put a rack on that.
A rack. You guys are
You
like, no,
put 10
Adesanya
you
just got
put
taken
20
down.
units.
No, Adesanya.
No, I don't care. I need my money back. I need that. I need that fight. I need that fight.
At minus 105, you said that is great odds.
Adesanya, Nate Diaz plus 550.
Chase Hooper's also fighting. Chase Hooper is the underdog in his fight on UFC 263. Might put some money on Hooper. I like that kid.
Yeah, young. Steven Peterson. Never heard of you.
Never heard of him. And Damian Maia was the other one that I wanted to talk about.
5:30 this card starts.
Does it? Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
Sweet.
5:30 to 11 p.m. Or no,
The main event is supposed to be at
the
11
main
p.m.
event starts at 11.
Well, see,
Wow.
I don't think it does. Because if you're looking at this from the sports book, right? Let's see what time ESPN has it. ESPN is more.
Yeah, well, there's a couple fights at the same time. Ooh, Drew Dober's fighting again. Joanna Calderwood versus Lauren Murphy on the prelims.
Oh, nah, dude. The main card starts at 10 p.m. just like any other pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Here's some interesting information. I just want to say, Adesanya will have a 6-inch reach advantage on Vettori. Brandon Moreno has the reach advantage on Figueiredo. Nate Diaz has the reach advantage on Leon Edwards.
Yeah.
What?
Bet the deed, Figueiredo Adesanya. I need
Yeah.
my cash back.
Yeah, I'm not against that. Where are they fighting? Where is the Gila River Arena? Glendale, Arizona. They're fighting in Arizona. That's interesting. Rosenstrike versus Sakai. Not much of a reach advantage for Rosenstrike. Not much of a reach advantage for Marcin Tibura. And who cares about the rest of the fight? So, I don't know who to bet on, man. Last week, maybe a little gun shy. I've been saying Adesanya and Figueiredo for the last 3 weeks, and you guys were all about, no.
Now I need my money. Now it's different. Now I'm desperate. Now I'm desperate. Minus 105 for both of them
It's good.
is good.
It's really good.
For
And I'm glad we didn't put it on the parlay with Jan and Jack Hermanson. Should have just put it with Hermanson.
Yeah, now we can do it again, round 2. But yeah, I would do like Nate Diaz at plus 370.
I know, man. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Nate Diaz hasn't fought since Jorge Masvidal, right? What was that, 2019?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you look at Nate Diaz's record, though, it's not as impressive as people think. Like, he beat Conor, yeah, but Conor had gone up a weight class. So since March of 2016, Nate Diaz is 1-2 with losses to Conor and Jorge Masvidal, and he's only beaten an old Anthony Pettis. You know, that's tough. That's real tough. He's gonna be 36. Leon
He hasn't
Edwards.
fought in a
Leon
while,
Edwards is
huh?
gonna be 30. He's not. He's gonna be 29.
Yeah,
Wow, Leon Edwards is on a good win streak too. But look at who he's beating: Cerrone, meh. Nelson, meh. Rafael dos Anjos is good.
Unanimous decision, 5 rounds main event. So he's gone 5 rounds and won.
Mhm.
And he's been, yeah, but Nate Diaz is going to hit him more than 81 times. I can tell you that.
Maybe
In 5 rounds?
Maybe
In 5 rounds.
Maybe. Who knows? Leon Edwards also got 3 takedowns in his victory over Rafael dos Anjos.
If Nate Diaz gets knocked out, I'm going to be sad.
Yeah, but I will too because I'm gonna put money on Nate Diaz.
Yay.
So we haven't had the greatest of luck lately. You've had some good luck because you bet on the Bruins and the Yankees a couple weeks ago. You had some good luck. You got some good picks.
Hit Bruins too.
But UFC, we have not been doing great.
Well, I've been doing good. I just haven't.
You just
It's
been putting big parlays.
Yeah, I just fucked up last week. I had faith, you know what I mean? And
I had faith. I had so much faith in Xiaonan.
and even if I did do parlays last week, I still would have lost. So, because I would have put
Algio
Algio on there.
Yeah, I
So,
had a ticket with Algio.
He can bang his ankles. No, I like you. Come on our pod.
Right, yeah, come get interviewed. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I think it was just one of those weeks, you know what I mean? When it was a tough card, dude. Every fight was close, so I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So every Thursday night at 8 p.m., which we'll be doing right after this, we have another podcast, MMA Complete. If you haven't checked it out, we go more in depth with every MMA talk because that is the sport that we've been most closely following for the last year. But we're kind of getting into all sports, so I just want to shout out MMA Complete real quick.
Hey,
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.
All right, Boomer Live also wants to talk about rugby.
the New Zealand Warriors
Yep.
are home. Plus 120. I like that.
Okay.
And that's my pick of the day.
That's what you're feeling?
Yeah, so we need to write that down and we need to check that tomorrow.
Okay. Go ahead. I have a shot in the dark NASCAR pick. You ready for this?
It's got to be an actual, legit pick, though. It can't be, plus 50,000.
No, I have an actual pick.
Okay.
It's plus 5,000, but Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch driving the Ford. Yeah. No.
The Ford.
No. I know this. I actually know a little bit about NASCAR. Kurt Busch, his brother Kyle Busch is more of a favorite. Kyle Busch won it wasn't Indianapolis. I think it was Michigan and Detroit, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I like Kurt Busch at plus 5,000. I just want to throw that out there. In case I get it, I can, talk
I got
shit.
another one for you. Table tennis.
You do not have table tennis. Where the fuck
Evgeny
Where the fuck do you see
Kalashnikov
table
versus
tennis?
Nikolai Zerba. I got Evgeny Kalashnikov. Minus 138.
Nice try.
Minus 138.
Evgeny Kalashnikov.
Evgeny Kalashnikov.
You got minus 138. You like?
I like him.
That.
I like him. I like him for a pick. I might
Bro.
do that in a parlay.
Bro,
Him and Adesanya.
bro, he has 2 matches tomorrow. because Evgeny Kalashnikov is also going up against Yuri Merkushin.
Minus 250.
And Merkushin is the huge
Bro,
favorite.
I am going with Evgeny Kalashnikov.
Kalashnikov plus 175. Can we put a parlay on both of his? I don't even know what you call it. Matches. You can plus 374 for Evgeny.
Ooh, that's
What are you doing? We're looking at table tennis right now. All right, that's gonna be Bet the Deep podcast.
No,
number 8.
hang on. We got some baseball.
Guy.
Baseball.
All right, that's all you. I haven't been paying attention to any fucking
Yankees
baseball.
right now minus 1.5 plus 140. Do it.
Against who?
Don't matter. They're on fire. Don't matter. Toronto Blue Jays. Don't matter though. It don't matter. You bet the deed on the Yanks. Minus 1.5 plus 155 now. You're welcome. You're welcome. We have David Price going up against A. Wood, San Francisco Giants. Fuck David Price. I'm gonna go Giants minus plus 1.5 because I don't like David Price. I think he's a bum. Angels today at 9:40 p.m. Ohtani pitching versus the Oakland Athletics.
What's the odds on that? Because the Athletics are actually good this year.
Plus 1.5 for the Angels, minus 160. Money line, plus 140. No Mike Trout.
Say that one more time.
Plus 1.5, minus 160. Money line, plus 140. Over under 7.5.
I'd say plus 1.5 and plus 160, right? Minus 160, you said? Minus 160. I would take that. Ohtani doesn't give up runs. He probably doesn't pitch too deep, though, anymore either, so. All right. What else you got for baseball?
Baltimore Orioles, Brian Zimmerman. Is that guy's name? Or Brandon
I have
Zimmerman?
no idea.
Versus Cease for the Chicago White Sox. I take the White Sox. White Sox.
Yeah, the White Sox are really good this year.
White Sox minus 1.5, minus 110.
It's not bad. Minus 1.5, I don't know if I'd touch. I don't like taking big spreads. Anything more than 1 point in baseball.
Average game in baseball is the average runs in baseball is 8.44.
No, yeah.
Just to let you know. That's
So why would those guys bet the over?
Because they're dummies.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that guy was.
I don't know if I've seen a single game where the Dodgers have been given points this year. I think they've been the favorites every single time. So I'm going to throw money on the Giants.
Oh, yeah. I hate David Price. Screw him.
Yeah. Carpal tunnel probably won't even pitch.
Yeah, he's got some flick in his wrist that's hurting him.
All right, that's going to do it for Bet the Deep podcast number
Pro
8.
baseball futures. I'm messing with you. That's going to be it.
So tune in for MMA Complete every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. We'll be doing that live. We're going to take a quick little break. So a quick word from our sponsors, and we're out of here. Thank everybody for tuning in. We'll see you next week, and we'll see you in about 20 minutes for MMA Complete.
Pharmaceutical company Prevacus says their new concussion medication Prevacol helps repair nerves and promote cell growth.
We can get the drug in the brain in less than 5 minutes. And our plan is when we get that diagnosis on the field of play, give the drug nasally, get it in the brain quickly. When it gets in the brain, it actually gets into the nucleus of your brain cells, and it reduces swelling, inflammation, and oxidative stress at the same time.
When Jake and I first talked about this many years ago, one of my first questions was, will this help me? And he goes, no, this is for treatment immediately when a concussion or you think a concussion has occurred.
Yeah.
The acute problems that exist later on in life, if we can take care of these at an early age and start getting some of these things to our children and grandchildren, and I think we can make this game, our game, football, a safer place.
And so the whole goal is we're trying to make the game safer. And so Odyssey and this drug, we believe, can be a game changer in so many different ways. Yes, on the football field, in the game of football, because that's where my passion lies, but also in the game of life.